Hello and welcome to my channel. This is Coldfire, and I am doing a love reading for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Vedic astrology. These are tough times, and you will see the community kind of going a little crazy. Uh, did I mention that this is for Vedic astrology sign Gemini as well? There is a kind of um, there is a kind of spell going around in the air, like again, consumption of media, food, um, internet activities, also, mm, well, anything. There is that spell going on in the air, a love spell, and love spells generally don't uh, work the way we think they will. There's beauty spells going on. I feel like I'm in a town full of like hungry hogs who haven't worked a single day of their life, whether they were in school or after school. They just thought that there is no one to prove anything to. Nobody's going to give them any grades. Nobody's going to give them any kind of credit for anything. Or if anybody has any jobs or businesses, there's no one actually patting you on the back and giving you golden stars at the end of it. Of course, there will be celebration ceremonies and for your achievements and things like that, but every day is a very tough day. And the jobs that people have indulged in, the careers that people have indulged in, are basically a challenge, an ongoing challenge each and every day. It's not just about money, it's about your performance, it's about your ability to learn on the go. And there are very few careers that can now not be replaced by artificial intelligence. This is, I mean, to somebody of very heavy and sticky ego, right? They will they will look at it as and look at AI as an enemy, because AI is. I just googled it and it threw up a figure. I don't know the technical aspects of it. I haven't. I've been taking a break from being a researching computer science. I just want to take a break because it's time to actually work with it and see what it's like instead of coming up with a reading. It's updating and upgrading so fast, it's changing so fast that it's better to actually participate in. um, the research is very hands-on, so if you want to study and research AI, it's hands-on. So it said that artificial intelligence is 125,000 times faster than organic intelligence, that is human brain. Well, there are other types of organic intelligence. Apparently, the octopus is way smarter than human beings. Let's say 125,000 times faster than the human brain, right? Human intelligence, human organic intelligence. Okay, the past is quickly changing, and the more we interact with artificial intelligence through our phones, computers, and the and it's just not the internet, it's everything. Artificial intelligence is picking up our voice, our face from everywhere. There is, the black mirror, that is the screen, your surveillance cameras. Um, it's 125,000 times faster than you. So they're basically, if y'all if y'all knew of these groups that were there in your high school and things like that, these gossip groups, uh, you know. if you want to spread a rumor, go and tell uh, one of these agony ants, these uh, matchmakers, or someone like that. Like, I don't know. I don't know the end of the phrase. Like, I feel that human beings have a need. Like, it's a very greedy need to make groups and sort of sit talking about other people. So if you have observed that kind of phenomena, which I did recently in the last 2 years, I observed the group mentality, the hive mentality, the small mentality. They keep repeating the same words over and over again about somebody. Something came up right now. It's like this really good for nothing person who just went around kind of imitating whatever I was doing. It was so ridiculous. Like, my father was in town one day, and we all went out for a lunch. Me, my siblings, and my father. Um, and like just about like a couple of weeks after that, and my dad left, and I was very upset. So I hadn't gotten out of the house so much. I wanted to keep away from people. So it was after a break, and as soon as I like bumped into somebody who I knew would have uh, like had the update on what these people were talking about, like gossiping about, and I was just so reluctant, but I had to be polite with him and cordial and friendly. So I was just talking about just general things, like, laughing about stuff, and trying to make jokes and laugh about general stuff. Nothing to do with people and their lives. And suddenly, out of the blue, he's like, you know, so and so's father was also there. The woman I was saying, like, so that is sort of coming up again, like sitting around talking about somebody, and they will generally nowadays they will generally talk about people who have backed off completely from their uh, like, for example, me. And if you have, like, cut out hanging out with people who are too gossipy and spreading rumors and things like that, they will literally talk about you. They will target you, and they're talking about you, and you might be one who has identified, like, you're well adjusted. You haven't starved yourself in any way, shape, or form in life. You have let yourself explore the world around you, whether it be food, whether it be intimate relationships, whether it be, um, travel, media, whatever it is that 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 is pitched to you as one addiction. Like, you didn't deprive yourself. That's why earlier in my previous life I had mentioned that you might as well change your diet, because all of these diets, like, I remember, like, well, I used to be on a very strict diet of deprivation because, like, when it came to food, because I was a swimmer and we had to eat light. But I was too young. Like, I was too young, and I knew it, I knew that it didn't suit my body for the kind of physical activity that I was doing, eating junk food. So that's certain type of diet. But once it was done, my addictions. Let's see, look at this, like addictions. But that time it wasn't about addictions. It was when I was in swimming diet created for swimmers, and they would change it up. It wouldn't be strict. I was made to eat a lot more than what my appetite allows me to eat. So that was my main grievance. I didn't want to eat as much as I was asked to eat on that diet. And a swimmer's diet is very, 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 very limited. So, well, I am a little weird when it comes to food, so there is no getting addicted. But there's those days where you just want to, like, stuff your face. This is what I mean to say when this is a love spell gone wrong. Because if you have let yourself eat, if you've let yourself drink, if you've let yourself travel, if you've let yourself splurge in life, like, live a luxurious life, let yourself like have the best of it without having anything negative attached to it, at least even if it was a one-off experience, right? If you let yourself, you will generally not fall into the category of addiction. Maybe um you will be like, okay, those were fun times, those were good things to do, and you will indulge. But when somebody does a love spell on you, and you have already figured out like your person in life, and till that point, if somebody does a love spell on you, it could work. But it could, I'm saying it could work. If somebody's put a love spell on you, intending it so that they will fall in love with the person doing the spell, or for somebody else, if somebody's hired a practitioner to do a love spell on people, making them more attractive to the opposite gender, or like, attractive to people, that kind of a general love spell. Whoever whoever has whoever the target audience of that love spell is, it's really, especially under the collective energies of union, like we have reached those energies not because somebody, Cupid did a love spell on you. Cupid wouldn't do that, right? Cupid is just the energy. It's cherubim. It's around this month. Like, it's always here, and they are, well, in popular media. They will tell you that they are lower than a lower grade of angels, but they might be. But cherubim, Cupid might be, but cherubim are higher than the archangels, right? So, and those rankings are purely, I mean, the calculations of those rankings and designations work out very differently. But let's just say it's a powerful energy, and it will work well to bring together people who are already connected in love. It's not going to help any voodoo-y, witchy, Wiccan agenda like love spells. Like, human beings are the ones who are doing love spells, and that's, see, this is why, like, witches were burned. It's because of people like these who used spells and witchcraft and wizardry for self gain, for self interest. Witchcraft and wizardry, the spells are to keep things in balance, to keep things in balance, to keep the entire cosmos in harmony. This is the divine masculine, this is the divine feminine, the counterparts, the two counterparts, and their higher selves, right? The higher selves of, like, okay, the divine masculine might be able to identify his or her higher self, and the divine feminine might be able to identify his or her higher self, and there might be two different images, but all in all, this is one. So it's a singularity kind of concept. The higher self comes from source is singularity. In the mind, it's duality. That's why here we are in a and it is how it's supposed to be. Divine counterparts, like there has to be a masculine and a feminine, or male, and in male and female bodies, because we're supposed to uh, um generally divine union comes together to make children, to have babies, so that humanity um, can survive, the species survival of the species. And human beings would are destined to break a lot of to bring about clarity, because we can the human mind, even though it might not be as fast as computers, that is artificial intelligence, or it might not be like the human intelligence might not be as superior as octopi, right? But it's got the ability to understand the laws of the cosmos, and yet um not lived live in a detached way, the ability to accept death as a for as something very normal, and this comes so casually to all human beings, right? That's why uh, human beings and humanity, the survival of our species, is so important. So yeah, somebody's been bombarded with psychological manipulation, maybe sending waves and frequencies through gadgets. People are pairing their gadget. I have thought about. I mean, I've seen the like I don't even know what that instrument is, what that gadget is that these people use. It's a communication device, and I'm sure that device also has like a server space. Like all of this is like the underweb and the dark web stuff, and there are these different apps that come along with different apps that you can have on normal phones and not on that communication device. The main reason why people are doing this is so that they can pair your gadgets, like your laptops and your phones, mobile phones, maybe your Apple watches, to this device, the server where they're going to be sending in propaganda messages regarding, like if they want to sell alcohol, if they want to sell a certain type of product or brand. So you're going to see those ads everywhere uh, on the internet or whatever, and it gets even darker. It's not just about they will sell you vices. This is about vices. Love is pure, but lust isn't. So around this time, they're going to kind of um, sell you, pornography and things like that, so that you uh, find yourself roaming the streets on 14th of February, and they will bombard you with more capitalist propaganda, like making you consume more than what is needed. And if you indulge in, let's use Sheldon's word, coitus, on 14th of February, more likely or not, you will contract. You will definitely spend too much of your energy. You will you um. It's like you will contract a spiritual sickness. I'm sure, like your I mean, it's a spiritual sickness, like giving away all of your energy to yeah. So the capitalist agenda, they will continuously keep bombarding all of these products, right? And selling you vices, like get drunk, get drunk, get drunk, go to these places on so and so day, like it's like um Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday, like uh, and all throughout that you will be bombarded with these messages, and mainly it's to take away your financial uh, stability, to deplete you of your money. But what's coming through in this reading is that you have maybe you have maybe your spending capacity has been halved, but you have invested in your life. Maybe it definitely, like you have your hard work is going to give birth to I mean, it's gonna give your the fruits of your labor are coming by. You might not have such a grand earning capacity like right now, but yeah, this is the sort of Archangel Michael. You're getting clarity on why is it that your spending capacity is so low when you have like the tree of abundance here. The, um, if you like your whatever you hard work you've done and the value of the work, like when you actually sit down and see the value of the work, the monetary value is far far superior than your spending capacity. This is what they will make you feel. This is what they do. They bombard you with. This is the anxiety that they bombard you with. Fruits of labor, the value that you create, the monetary value is just to show you that how much hard work you've put in. Spending capacity, we shouldn't have spending capacity. Uh, like we shouldn't be looking at the value of our work depending on the spending capacity. We should be valuing our hard work in terms of what it creates in the world. Spending capacity is nothing. It's just a joke. It's petty cash. Um, an offer of love, like the true love, is coming in for people who are single. Uh, you will definitely be meeting somebody new, but don't get hooked on to the date, the 14th of February date. I'm not sensing good intentions by opposite forces, evil forces, of propaganda makers. Are going to literally like attack you on that day, spiritually, mentally, emotionally. Um, uh, be careful of telepathic communication. It probably is in is getting interfered with. It's getting tempered with. It's getting tempered with, and this offer is also getting tempered with. So if you are uncomfortable, you're being asked to walk away. People who are getting love offers, and if it's very uncomfortable for you, it is if it is making you feel anxiety and not good enough, that means one, you are not ready for new love. You need to put some more nurturing and care towards yourself and understanding your self worth before you accept go on and accept this new offer. Or two, it's like this that the person you've identified the person you are meant to be, right? And their energy I see is being tempered with, like there's some temperance going on over there, and you have recently been bombarded with like pseudo false information about people who uh, are not your person, right? You're getting bombarded with information to go towards them, to talk towards them, and that is uh it's draining your energy somehow, having to process mentally or to like eject these thoughts and throw away these thoughts of these false persons, pseudo people, right? Um let's get the last card for the stands. We have okay, the King of Swords and the Two of Cups here at the bottom of the deck. Amazing. So this is going to come through. This is going to come through. It might not be for 14th of February, but this is coming through. Um, when the attacks, the psychic attacks or the love spell attacks stop, like when these people are absolutely defeated, and these the urge or the need to make a love offer, the energy of that has been completely like cleared out and completely put on hold, so that it's not so much a mental activity as it is done in the good energy of union that we have present this year. It does not, by all means, please go ahead and celebrate Valentine's Day, but make sure that you are um, you are clear on what you want in life, and and you are capable of understanding that you're able to hold your liquor first and foremost, like control the amount you drink always, like whether it be Valentine's Day or what, like one or two drinks and that's it, like don't go for the third one. All right, if you can, you shouldn't, even if you can, you shouldn't, right? Two drinks a night is good, and twice a week maximum. Like there are basics of that that I see people are forgetting. Y'all are being pushed to forget, and what that's going to do is that's going to deplete your resources, your energy resources, not just your money, but your energy is going to get drained if you overindulge, right? And if in that place of being tired and exhausted, you start continuing, you start to from that your energy fields are broken and damaged if you overindulge, right? And in that place from being depleted and broken, if you start working on your uh, if you are faced with this task now, okay, go back to your spiritual zone, because this is a crescent here, and um we have Mahashivratri, I think 4 days after Valentine's Day, that is on the 18th, and then you're going to be called to focus on this. And if you're depleted, uh the offer, the holy grail of information that's coming down from uh, the spiritual guru, that is Adi Yogi, right? The avatar of Shiva that taught us yoga, taught humanity yoga. You're going to be called. You are definitely all of humanity is called to is open to receiving that information that night. But then, if you're depleted because of drinking, and you haven't hydrated yourself enough, you haven't eaten fruits, you haven't changed your diet in a very long time, you've been following instructions based on some dietitian or nutritionist, and you have never ever understood what nourishment do you need exactly for your body, right? If you haven't ever done that, you're going to be called. Yoga is all about that, right? Yogic practices um, are about union, you being in union within yourself, in alignment with yourself, to be able to understand what from the outside world is good for you and is not good for you, what is aligning with you and what isn't aligning with you, what is in union, a harmonious union with you, what substances, what energies, what people, what spaces, how much money, like you money also has a energy, it's got information, right? And it's a collective thing, it's a collective phenomena, right? So if you as a person, your energies are very low, and if you have a large amount of money in your pocket, you are possibly going to spend it all. If you're currently very high functioning and you're depriving yourself, if you're being very if somebody's being very stingy, where they need to really really elevate their energies, the money that is required for that is going to be a little higher as well, right? So when you have that money and then you're constantly being stingy and not utilizing that, not investing that money for a good time for yourself, right? Then that is also out of alignment. So there is massive alignment to be had here. But if you're down in the dumps and stressed out because of one day of celebration that's going to happen, then you are definitely not going to be ready for this. But if you align yourself in this in these energies that are coming up for you, for your union, the Three of Cups is coming up quite frequently. in recent readings, right? And with in this set of cards, which it has a heart. It's not the one where um, Three of Cups, where people are getting together and partying and enjoying themselves. So this reunion, reconciliation, this union is happening with your person. It's definitely happening, but you need to align with these energies. uh you need to align with the energies that are coming from source, the singularity of love. um so we were talking about these gadgets that these people are using to spy on you and stalk on you. Pair with your other devices so that they can send you ads, or subliminal messages like frequencies and things like that that get you addicted to whatever that they're wanting to sell right at the moment. I had people who were trying to get me addicted to a dog, to having a dog. So they're basically picking up street dogs. If you haven't heard it yet or haven't ever come across this, the street dogs of India are a very, very phenomenal breed of dogs. They're amazing, and now people are trying to like I don't know, abandoned dogs and all of that, those kind of weird deals. How can people do something like this? I mean, okay, sure, you gather street dogs and like take care of them and then send them away to good homes. But why would you think about capitalizing on something like that and it being a normal thing? It like you can I mean why would you make such a criminal activity of something that has been done as a charitable thing all throughout? People are going people who are don't have the resources, time, money, or energy to take care of strays and abandoned dogs. They're not going to be able to do that, and even if you get them addicted to it, then um, to a certain animal, then obviously that is going to cause them depression. And I kind of like recognized that months ago, probably a year or more ago. I realized that people were trying to get me addicted to their to having a dog so that they could sell me dogs. And most there was a person who was trying to throw her dog at me, like get me addicted to her dog. She had trained her dog like just a love of animals and other creatures, and that is what they're like using against you. So be careful, guys, be careful. This kind of stuff is happening. But I if you're able to if you're well adjusted, if you are in union energies, if you're working on yourself, trust me, like if it's Valentine's Day, even before that, like your person's coming in, and that your person's coming in, your person's going to come in at the right time, and it's going to be a very, very magical night. It's going to be, and it's going to be in very well balanced energies, like temperance energies. But since it is such a popular day, like Christmas, it's less about faith. Yeah, a love spell, all of these spell works, these spells that are done to manipulate the flow of things and people's journeys, understanding of their journeys. If it is done to manipulate that and turn it, it gets recorded. It gets recorded by these authorities, these spiritual authorities, these higher self types of authorities, right? In the Akashic records as you doing a death spell, like you harming somebody's soul, you hurting somebody's soul. Like it goes as you want. In the information in the Akashic records of spells, whether it be love spells or death spells. Um, People who do this know that the person will not actually die, or they will for some time get like physically attracted to uh, certain people, right? The target of the love spell or death spell. It not, but the thing is, the energy is so strong that it will affect the cosmic, the divine order of things in such a horrible way. You're manipulating it, and you are taking time. uh, Things are getting delayed, and the offers, the real offers, which these divine beings, these angels, these record keepers in the akashic records, they are waiting for divine unions to happen. And because y'all are practicing this, y'all might not be targeting divine beings, but you all are using them as portals, and you are putting death spells and love spells around them. You're trapping them in this matrix and the illusion of things. All of that is messing about some the unions with that are destined to happen. And all of these activities, these witchy, voodoo mind game manipulative activities, are getting recorded as heinous crimes. They're all getting recorded as death spells. They're all manipulation tactics are getting recorded as death spells. Let's do past, present, and future for your love life. We have the Wheel of Fortune. I'm gonna try and get all the cards. Yeah, they've got. They feel your person, some kind of stuckness, a stuckness to the order of time, like they manipulated something in time, because they were recklessly throwing spells at you, thinking that, oh, okay, it's harmless. um, I will just like, it's a harmless, I'm just getting their attention for some time, I'm distracting them for some time. But that creates another kind of phantom, a version of you and your person. uh, it's like a fake self, like a temporary fake self. And this was like a temporary pause, and you were just stuck, and nothing was moving. Things were changing around, but the actual things that were gradually supposed to take place in order of your union, that was not happening. The main thing wasn't happening. um, at present, yes, devil energies are up. I've done a reading yesterday where karmic energies are going to be targeted by the heavens. They're going to be targeted uh, by the archangels. Anybody who is working heavily. Yep. The devil, the temperance, and the lovers. This is the present energy. So these are the three energies that are coming through from the. Uh, this is these are people who are karmics. These are practitioners, causing, like, getting money from the karmics. And they're going to try and cash in, to create blocks, for the lovers. Let's talk about this for a minute. All right. So uh, the karmic phase of planet Earth has ended. We have graduated from karma, graduated out of karma. It's done. It's literally done. So these practitioners, they were doing, earlier they were providing services to the karmics, right? They were literally tempering the energy of the devil from being set loose and running around chaotic, right? They were like, these are two opposite cards, right? This is the devil energies and the practitioners. the know the difference, right? This is the devil with attachment, right? It's attachment here, the cord, they're stuck to each other. And the opposite of that is the lover's card. This is true love. I mean, this is codependent, toxic love. How could you give more time to yourself than me? And here it is like you give time to yourself, you give self love, and it it reflects. It's 10 o'clock. Onto me in so many different ways. So in a lover situation, you are wanting to see your partner really really shine. This energy, the lover's energy, wants to see their partner shine because they realize the partner is a reflection of them, and the love that they share in between each other, not of toxic attachment. So a lot of couples that are, lot of people who are um, praying to the devil um, to get them stuck to somebody else for some kind of material benefit. It is mainly like, I am, he chose me or she chose me, she's with me, like, and it can have a vast range in, like, over all of these people, he chose me, she chose me, look at me, my husband or my spouse is, so and so, I'm so lucky, this kind of display. And then in the background it's like, you cannot go anywhere without me, you have to be with me, how could you do this, how can you have a different life, how can you give more importance to your career, this and that. But in the lover situation, they might not even have, they might be in separation. Look at this is separation, but union in separation. This this is Archangel Metatron, right? Archangel Metatron will literally writing the love story based on detachment and separation, the ultimate love story. Yes, y'all will get time, y'all will come together and spend time with each other time and again, right? Even if you are married and living with each other, y'all will feel like y'all are individuals, you know, uh, immersed in the energy in this story of this energy of your love story. But karmics want to build this chain with you. They don't care about what your soul's path or your soul's journey is. And they're very reckless and very mindless, and they want to do a spell, they want to do a spell, they want to there are a bunch of people that they know, like, that they want attachments with, so that they can get all the any and all credit like possible, especially, being seen with them in public places, getting free drinks, getting free food, getting a lot of discounts, off of these people, like that they are targeting, or just like, getting them stuck in some kind of romantic situation. uh, it, all ranges of romantic situations, these practitioners were helping them earlier because those arrangements were still allowed. When they were helping them earlier, like, those arrangements were still allowed because the um, karmic lessons were had to be learned. And now that all the souls have graduated, they've learned all the karmic lessons. That is what a karmic ending means, karmic closure means. And we have been given plenty of time, but these practitioners are continuing getting creating projections of especially divine counterparts, lovers, twin flames. They are getting them stuck and bound, like, in they got them stuck and bound in a contract over the last 10 years. 44, as I said that, like, they got twin flames stuck for 10 years, because 10 years ago, 2012, it had ended. You all was supposed to release the devil. You were supposed to release the devil, its demons, because 10 years you were supposed to, we were supposed to practice detachment, right? And walking the twin flame path that is focused on your soul's journey, a spiritual journey. There were many people, and these practitioners came in and continued these things, because suddenly they found themselves without the money, you know without the money. They started getting greedy. um these are spiritual services. Of course, there's some monetary exchange, but practitioners who were so used to getting heavily paid for the work that they do, right? Especially blocking people from coming together, twin flames from coming together. People were supposed to come together, finding each other, right? But also uh, blocking good people's, is independent people, like, kind of binding them, entrapping them, making them immobilized, because independent people will just go out there and they will raise the standard. So these practitioners were more than happy to help, uh, uh, trap demons and continue the same practices or voodoo witchy practices against twin flames and divine counterparts, blocking their blessings, blocking their movement. So there is definitely that element, occult element of blocking you coming up, the energies coming up. Love spells are so common in this time, and people are just literally addicted. This card also speaks about addictions. They're literally addicted to um, doing spells and incantation. Addiction is literally in the air, and there are some very unethical practitioners who claim to be spiritualists, who are still continuing to do that, and the consequences are literally going to be grave, because this is the year of twin flame union, where we are aligning with the source. We are coming together. So this card also speaks about the this element, the temperance and element of union energies of the divine masculine and the divine feminine within us, uh, within one singular soul's field coming together. So that the union energies, we're actually literally the center at present. We are coming together. We are coming together, and these practitioners are now running sort of helter skelter. They are very anxious, and they're kind of trying to temper the demons as well, the devil energies, the karmics. They're trying to temper them. So now they have learned a lesson, and they're paying for what they did. They're losing money like crazy. But energetically, twin flames are in union. Your twin flame is you. There is no other person. The other person is a divine counterpart. It's like the same. You are a variation of the frequency of love, right? The soul, a twin flame, a soul that is on the twin flame path, or is destined to the twin flame path, is always a pure frequency of love. Love is a frequency of ultimate communication, and that is what is being brought into your life. Whereas these karmics need these devices to forge and enforce a connection with people who are on the spiritual path. Um, so these practitioners who are now trapped, they are now being asked to they're kind of working towards releasing. They're going to lose a lot of money. There's going to be a lot of money for like hell for them to pay to to undo these binding spells that they did on individuals, growth, twin flame individuals growth, as well as these interferences that they kept sending, like these karmics that they kept sending towards the divine counterpart couples, right? The divine counterparts, like you are a variation of the frequency of the soul, the actual super soul, right? It- and that is what we call love. That's why the frequency of love is a frequency of perfect communication. So if you hold that frequency within you, you will be connected to the cosmos. And people try to trap you in a place, certain place, so that they have access to something that is so profound and phenomenal and so so abundant, right? Abundant. And then if you have a divine counterpart and you've met them, right, and you feel this instant connection, you recognize the same frequency of soul within them, their aura is completely different, you've never seen another human being like that. And um, slowly and gradually you recognize that yes, they are of the same variation of the frequency of the super soul that is love that you are. And it's like instantaneous, like you have uh it's like quantum entanglement. Let's say you just recently learned how to bake a cake. You've never baked a cake in your life, right? And neither has your divine counterpart. So you learn it and they're like, hey, you know what, I've never baked a cake. I've never thought of baking a cake. And I think I just somehow know how to bake a cake. It's literally like that. And that is karmics are incapable of seeing it. They just see that this person is really great at relationship, and then they fall to all the seven uh, sins, like envy. They start envying you. They start lusting after this frequency instead of loving this frequency, the exchange between you and your divine counterpart. So yeah, guys, be careful. The karmics are going like they are on crack right now, doing all sorts of weird shit, and these practitioners are refusing them. They're working on the divine counterparts coming into union energies. They're refusing them, but yes, they have picked up some kind of things from the karmics, like not karmics, from the practitioners. The practitioners might have said that, I'm doing this practice, like I'm bringing you closer together to one or both of the divine counterparts, but you got to say this and do this, like, as a love spell or a death spell or a binding spell or whatever it is. Like, you got to do this, and without the help of the practitioner, they're continuing to do these spells. We have the Six of Cups. It took a long time for the next card to come out. So, okay, there you have Seven of Pentacles again. And so, after this, at present, the devil is feeling super rejected, right? So, they are putting this, projecting it out and into your mind space, right? They're projecting it out currently and making you feel this Five of Pentacles. They have been rejected. They're being rejected by somebody that they were paying, and they know that these practitioners have lost a lot of money as well, and still they're refusing to work with the karmics, right? And sending them away. I'm not saying these are all practitioners. The ones who are refusing karmics are actually have some powers. Otherwise, the whoever is still promising, The karmics, they are just fooling the karmics because they're just wanting to get some money from them. So all in all, none of the practitioners energy efforts are, I mean, they might not be working on union energies for the twin flame, real spiritual work that they're supposed to be doing. Final realization in a temperance is also like realization, divine intervention. They see the archangel Michael here sitting right in the middle, with archangel Metatron. That makes a supreme archangel. They're realizing that the seraphim, the supreme archangels, are here, right? Temperance, that is Michael and Metatron here. Like they know that these energies are here, and this is Lucifer. So it's like that whole. There we are. King of Swords again. The Judgment card. This is Uriel. My mind. I think I need a. I might need a break. I think I might need a break, but I'm not going to. I'm going to get a glass of water. Just hold on a minute. Okay, so we have basically the Archangel Lucifer having all the information on karmics. We have a Temperance, that is Archangel Michael. Um, he's the guardian angel for twin flames, right? So when it comes to Archangel Michael, that his energies are present here very strongly, very, very, very strongly. It's literally like it's he understands the orders. He 717, as I said, that he understands the orders, divine orders, very clearly, and he's a messenger of God. So he's bringing you this message that it's got to come down into material world reality very, very soon. It has to, like the immediate future. This immediate future could start like literally tomorrow. So you might hear from yep, whoever has caused this third party situation. If it was done externally, there are going to be some grave consequences. So there's some kind of judgment call on a third party situation and healing that is needed. This is also healing energies that Archangel Michael is sending through this entire scenario. Like um, this new beginning is promised. This new beginning is promised. Whatever you've done in the past towards this relationship, you are your hard work in practicing faith, taking consistent leaps of faith, you're going to be able to see that life in the immediate future, right? So we have the Two of Cups. Just recently shuffled this deck, so it's kind of it's definitely it's destined. It's like destined. They bound you to another destiny. Someone or something bound you to another destiny in the past. It was definitely some kind of witchy, like it was definitely mental manipulation. You were targeted like mentally, um, because this is swords, nine of swords, eight of swords. You were targeted in the past. You were completely single. You were not attached to anything, but they attached you to a very, very toxic timeline. You know, the Wheel of Fortune, a karmic timeline, which was not your timeline. And this person was just trying to attach tr- trying to attach themselves to you so that they could stress you out and they could leave you out in the cold. Maybe in a past lifetime somebody did that to them, or even in this lifetime, like, you know, they did that, somebody did that to them, and they just found you like uh like easy target or something like that, or a worthy target, so that they're like, okay, if I do this to somebody else, like if I attach myself to somebody else and then leave them out in the cold, like, you know, for whatever thing, like, you know, if I do that, if I bind them and restrict their movements and then abandon them or something like that, with anybody else but you, divine feminine or masculine, like has possibly happened to you, right? So somebody who was bitter and who had become extremely toxic, right, because of past experiences where they were left out in the cold, rejected by somebody else, they kind of uh, did the same thing to you in the past here. That's what I'm seeing. And that psychological manipulation, those bugs in the mind, that mind trap lasted for 10 years, literally. And that's why you might have found yourself single single, and relationships that didn't work out, relationships that kept you feeling still single and alone. It's not about codependency. You still felt alone in your friendships or relationships, all relationships that were supposed to be of warmth and love and cherishing. They felt very cold. They felt very alien. You felt alienated. But that might be true if you are also a star seed. You already generally feel uh, like a misfit. But you might, like for the last decade, you might have felt that, you know, everyone is against you. You're getting rejected over and over again. This could be jobs, it could be anything, because you were bound in the mental manipulation and the mind games that this person played with you. And now this investigation has been done on that, and what on your uh, it's literally like, this was a targeted individual. Like, you know, in the past you felt like a purely a targeted individual, targeted by cults, serious secret societies, etc., targeted by organizations in place of authority over human beings, or just in general at odds with organizations and authority. But now what is coming through is that this the karmics having the karmic energies are coming out into the open. So this was just not mental manipulation and psychological manipulation. These souls that um, are meant to those who were meant to teach you lessons of the 3D material world, or the material world, the materialistic aspects of the world. They were supposed to teach you and just leave. right? They were supposed to do their job and leave, but possibly these people also got you stuck in this binding contract, right? So that is another layer that has been uncovered of the plot against you over the last 10 years. And these energies are very heavy, and we are all like we are all told that these kind of things don't exist, black magic doesn't exist, it's not true, who does that, does anybody do that, blah 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 blah. Like when everybody knows very well that devil exists, and so does the god, the demons exist, and so do angels, and we just don't know what how that plays out in our personal life, and we keep ignoring it, we keep rejecting that kind of information, we kept rejecting conspiracy theories. Like when they say that conspiracy theories are tinfoil hat wearing people, these two feel like they're wearing tinfoil hats, right? Um so why where does that tinfoil hat wearing thing come from? A conspiracy theorist is somebody who is investigating a conspiracy against themselves and humanity, right? They're trying to build a theory about what this conspiracy is. And that's why they wear tinfoil hats, because they know that they're being targeted by these waves that will make holes in even military grade tinfoil, like it's not like iron or something or more stronger, right? You can't make foil out of iron, but you can make foil out of tin, aluminum, right? So, military grade foil and hats made out of that. So they wore it on their head to research the conspiracy, research the fact that we are being targeted by rays. We're being targeted by frequencies, uh, particularly frequencies, and a different frequency will leave a different hole. And let's say you've been targeted by frequency X, right? The pattern on the foil hat will also be different, correct? And the kind of hole that it makes on the tin foil will be different, and that's why they were wearing tin foils, right? So we were in the past we were only probably looking at it from that perspective, because we could actually get scientific evidence on this on it. We could use material worlds, but we didn't have the wisdom possibly that was needed, or the self knowledge, or knowledge of the spiritual world, or knowledge of the soul and the science of souls, the science of spirituality, the ability to process it through human intelligence, the dynamics of the spiritual world, um, uh, which is where our soul comes from. We know that there is we have a soul. Some people have a soul, and it vibrates at different frequencies. The karmic soul is very very heavy. It covers itself in the material aspects of things. The ego is heavier, the packaging is heavier. It's more like, hey, this is, oh, I am Mr. X. I have this much money. I have this much. This is what I. This is my car. This is my family. This is how much money I like. Blah blah blah. Like at every moment it's like that, and the karmic feminine would be like chasing after the karmic masculine will show up like that, all flashy, like their entire portfolio of uh, past, present, and future flashing on them, or them like screaming like on top of their voice, like saying that, look at me, I'm here, I'm so and so, and this and that, blah blah blah, without actually putting it to, I mean, uh, superficial things are just that, right? It's just a lot of it's superficial. When you strip that, there is nothing. it is just hell. It's hell. It's just the surface is supposed to bind you to each other. So such people, such souls, um, after the karmic, after it uh, after it was announced that now the karmic phase is ending, they start running helter skelter, thinking that they will no longer be anywhere near twin flames and divine counterparts. The energy of the soul, the pure soul, the without any ego programming whatsoever, that kind of a life. And they had in on that arrangement before, like not having to exercise so much, like continuously. It's easy for karmics to be around because that's all they have. It's all superficial. So, like, even the divine even the twin flames who are attached to a karmic, they know that this karmic, it's pointless saying anything to the karmic because they can't do anything. Because the ego is so low, they will never say that, oh my god, I got fooled by this person. It's just like twin flames will just be able to tell a story about this karmic who just had nothing beyond the superficial things, no depth, no purpose, no nothing. They might have a lot of knowledge and things like that, but there is no sense of purpose. There is no anchor in this world, right? So, for karmic staying around twin flames, it's an easy life. They will just they'll be able to freeload um, off of them, and all of these agents of the matrix, the fake people, the people who were binding them, whether it is practitioners or manipulators, mental manipulators. By far, they're not mentalists. They have zero abilities, like intellectual abilities, to be able to pull off mentalism. But here we were thinking about things from the mental aspect. So these people who go around playing mind games and just speaking negativity, or pairing with devices and phones to send you some kind of garbage. They will start off by sending you something good, something that you like, and then they'll start sending some really rubbish crap to downgrade your AI recommendations and make it uh, declassify them. When there's this is classified information is supposed to come through to you, because of the kind of work that you've done, like even in the artificial intelligence department, right? Technology department. So they will try to come in between that. They will try and stop your movement so that um, you don't shine from that, like from this competitive, this sickly like, I mean, it's so sick to think about people who do this, right? Try to put you in a mental trap so that you don't do your work that you're supposed to be doing. And how does that benefit them? They will just what will they do? How is it benefiting them? How sadistic and how sick is that? Right? They will just restrict your movement. They will bind you. And okay, identity theft. So they'll get to pose as you for some time, and what? Like, you got got 5 minutes of fame impersonating someone else, being an imposter, and then you will go and do the same thing somewhere else. All of these things were supposed to be stopped, but there was somebody in particular who literally kept you bound in that trap for some time and kept you single. And then the karmics kind of like the karmics attach themselves to your person, your divine counterpart, and kept you all separated from each other, not the actual like separated for over 10 years. You were supposed to possibly meet your divine counterpart 10 years ago and be in a relationship with them by now, right? This was what was written, and your past was rewritten. You were trapped in a different kind of simulated reality of torture, and that is being changed. Like, this your now the course correction is happening. You're actually moving from the karmic relationship into a twin flame divine counterpart relationship. That is clearly happening. That is what we can see in the mind very, very clearly. And in the future, past life soulmate, whatever happened here, that is coming back. You're cashing in on it and using it in your new beginning in your twin flame divine counterparts ship. So maybe this got you. Um, I mean, you were kept away from a soulmate here, definitely, and thrown into the pit of karmic contracts and attachments, um, keeping you further away from meeting your divine counterpart, or starting your flame journey, your spiritual journey. But like but now it's finally time. It's finally time. You've done the time of this 10 years, and now that is kind of getting like completely corrected. I feel like Lucifer is also kind of here. The devil is also like, enough is enough. Now the karmics can be attached to each other. Like, he's putting his hand up and saying like, enough is enough now. I don't want to play around with any kind of divine soul and divine counterpart and twin flame journey. Like, bring all the karmics together and let them do whatever they want and be in hell, like hell on earth, and the divine souls can be in heaven on earth. And he's telling um, Archangel Michael, it's like, peace, peace. The humans have spoken. The king of the humans has spoken. Um, the kings, I mean, the mind, the king of the mind of humanity has spoken. The authority of the mind of the humanity has spoken, and I let's just separate the two realities here on Earth, right? So the divine souls, whoever's on the twin flame path, the good souls get to live this. Uh, get to live heaven on earth, and let's separate the realities basically, and there'll be hell on earth as well as heaven on earth in equal proportions, the light and the dark in equal proportions. But there will also be alignment, union energies as that. So karmics are aligning with their ways of life and no longer wanting to bite and gnaw and snatch and grab at heavenly ways of life, and are the ones who are living in divine light and on the twin flame journey. Like, they are no longer are feeling the pull and addiction towards uh, hellish ways of living. They want to go into healing. They want to heal their soul, and you and a person might be part of either one of them. I'm not partial. I'm like the King of Swords. I'm definitely not partial or biased. I will read for whatever energy is coming through, and I will tell it as it is. Like, karmics, or these mental manipulators who are also karmics, by the way. Like, these mind manipulators. Y'all are karmics. Just like, uh, y- y'all just don't know it. Y'all have a sickness. Y'all have a sickness in the mind. Like, um the reason is because you're out of your playing field, the where you're supposed to play in the life situations of people that align with you. You wouldn't have to do these manipulative things over there, or these manipulative things would actually work over there. But if you're trying that off on divine counterparts and you're just torturing and tormenting them, then then you're going to be up for deletion. What can I say, right? Judgment call is being passed. The karmics and mental manipulators, or emotional or material, or like financial manipulators, whatever it might be, who are trying to manipulate. We have the king of swords and the judgment card. That's all I want to say. You all have been tried and tested, and the orders have been put in place. So energetically and physically, uh there are going to be two sides on planet Earth, like two sides on planet Earth. If the karmics who were constantly attaching themselves to divine counterpart, keeping them manipulated in a mind trap, um, they're being judged by the heavens, and your punishments will come by. Um, I do read on the punishments and the consequences of your actions. So if you want to go through some of my videos, you all will see. I do mention karmics in the title. And for divine counterparts, it's the same. Like what blessings are coming towards you, like your own, or the blessing that are owed to you, and a completely new reality. Whatever was deprived, or whatever you were deprived of in these 10 years, created a alternate reality of all the blessings of these past 10 years that you've been deprived uh, of, whatever it might be, companionship, money, opportunities, and things like that. And that all of that energy, that that dimension, that alternate reality is shutting down, and now it is merging, it is coming together with your present, your reality where you're present in right now, working off of. And that's what your new beginning is going to be made up of. That is the judgment call for the divine collective, and the karmics. Uh, your punishments are going to be very unique and specific. The consequences of your actions are going to be specific on all the activities that you have undertaken. That is how it is. This is how the cosmos balances itself out. Temperance is here twice. Judgment is here once. The Wheel of Fortune is here. Two of Cups is here twice. It's all coming together. We have the Six of Cups, like your past. You're gonna have to pay for your past actions. Mm. In the immediate future, this is what I'll be talking. This is something that I'm channeling for around the 14th of February, 14th to 20th of February, Valentine's Day energies. That could be the immediate future that we're talking about. So let's get some cards from the Edmund Dulac deck. I was guided not to get any clarifications right now. Maybe for tomorrow's message, we'll have some clarifications. Yep. Other suitors, these karmics are being sent away. The karmics that were unnecessarily attaching themselves to the divine collective. Um, and we have the Ten of Cups here. So divine counterparts, you and a person coming together, you and your person, the one the happily ever after. We have the temperance here as well. Happily ever after. Like two karmics are getting sent away into their world on this planet, into their reality, um, whatever that might be. And twin flames, divine counterparts, soulmates are coming together. That is the temperance. That is the orders. That's all I have for you. I will see you in the next reading. Bye.